Fallout from the impact of gifting on free-to-play players versus spenders thread is closed as it got personal, people. DNA 3000 looks into the cost via GGCs it would take to get a rank 4 6-star, and the holiday gift drops today. It's Christmas again, and it's ho 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 ho. It's also Friday, so make sure to hit the like button, subscribe with post notifications on all. Lots of content posted today. M's crystal opening, and it is a really good crystal opening. Drops later on today, as well as the holiday gift, as we said. So keep locked to the channel, we're covering that, as well as some fun content between now and next Wednesday. Well, you know, it's all good in any case, but I've got lots of really funny crystal openings. We've got this like fun stuff. It's going to be a real good hoot, and I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break, but I've got lots of content to cover that time and lots of fun stuff as well. So yeah, keep locked to the channel because we'll be discussing the gift later on today. Before going anywhere, I want to give a special thanks to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a Patreon. You're on screen right now. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, and also those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. So for those that don't know, if you've got an Amazon Prime account, you can give a free Twitch sub to a stream. It doesn't have to be me, but it massively helps out the channel if you could indeed do that. And we should be live streaming tonight for the Festive Bonanza. Also, I'm going to try and squeeze in a little live stream here on YouTube. No promises, but I think I might have the time to do it, so look out for that one before we go over to Twitch to do a special Fall Guys stream, because people don't get it when you play a different game, so that's why Twitch is helpful. Now we kick off the show with a little bit of coverage on the gifting event. As a lot of you know, on Wednesday we covered the story of the gifting event and the impact on free-to-play players versus spenders. I still don't know whether or not this is kind of like not tailored, but this is kind of focused on those at more the top end of percentage that find problematic elements, or you know, top 1% to 10% of free-to-play players that find a problem with the way that, say, the competitive elements are swung too much in spenders' favor, especially if you're, you know, gifting and you put yourself right up at the top because you're getting the rank 4 materials. In a nutshell, there are people that spend in this game, there's people that don't spend in this game. There's going to be those that spend that are able to get themselves up to the top ranks of gifting. This means that they're able to get themselves to rank 4 materials and very rare champions. And then what this subsequently means is that if you do AQ, AW, then it can mean for AQ perspective that what you do is you're inflating your prestige, which is going to be harmful to the competitive elements of that. And with Alliance Wars, with, say, defense champions that are going to be more stronger or rarer or stuff like that. But I think that it's sort of not really there with AW. And I guess just depends on like the future of the game and having that advantage. The gifting event for me has always been a bit of fun. I don't know about anybody else, it's just been a bit of fun. I don't really care about, at the moment, getting a rank 4 champion, although it's one of my chase goals for next year. But I take the game at more of a casual sense. And I would say if you're finding that these elements of this coverage of the gifting event from the point of like, oh, it's like, you know, negative or you're really unhappy, take a break from the game or quit, to be brutally honest. If you're down bad with the game to a point of like you're feeling kind of like not in a good place, then you're going to have to assess whether or not this game is for you. Play other games. Like, I'll rotate many games that I play on a daily basis, and I think that's just like, it's a nice healthy habit to have. You know, it just allows you to just chill off from one game. If one game is being silly, if like Kabam are being complete assholes, and I'm not interested in what they're doing, then I'll go and play a game that I like enjoy until, you know, there's some elements of that, but I'll still kind of, you know, continue playing the game. It's just a case of like, I may not like the direction Kabam take the game in, but I'll still come back and, you know, play, you know, many coverages on the channel, isn't that? So yeah, try and find a bit of fun at the end of the day. It's Christmas time, have a bit of fun. But yeah, like Kabam Zibit said that like they had to close the thread because it was getting personal, and they were taking the constructive feedback to the game team for next year. I personally doubt it. I really don't think Kabam would change it in any shape or form than what it is right now. The restrictions still lie. They'll probably look at the means of like how's it gone with you know, fraudulent means as well, and yeah, I just don't think they're going to overly spend it. Spend it? Well, they're going to spend it. Send it even. They're not going to change it. Sorry, they're not going to change it to anything new or fresh. But as we said, like, you know, trying to get personal, especially like, it's Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen. You know, time goodwill and love and that. But yeah, be good to one another. Remember that. And if they change the gifting event, as I said, I really don't. And they can say like, well, we'll pass it along for the game team for next year. I just don't think they're gonna change it. And we'll have to see whether or not there's going to be any kind of materials bump next year, and whether or not we'll have the same kind of discussion. But yeah, it's over, people. But out of curiosity, what would it really take in order to get yourself the rank 4 materials out of Grandmaster Gifting Crystals? Now, we've talked about the rank rewards being so much of a, you know, boost to players' rosters. But what about spending? So I hit up my very good friend, Mr. DNA 3000, for mathematical summage. And in particular, the extent of the drop rates of Tier 3 Alpha, Tier 6 Basic, and the spend volume of against Great Gifting Crystals, and the likelihood of picking up said things. So, he said to me, basically there's 2% drop for Tier 6 Basic fragments, and a separate 2% chance to drop Tier 3 Alpha. So there's a 4% chance to get rank 4 Catalyst, or 1 in 25 crystals. We don't know the distribution of fragment drops, but we seem to be getting at least 10% of a catalyst in fragments. At least 10% of a cat drop, and needing 3 cats each. That's 6 catalysts, or 600% of a catalyst, which means 60 drops. So 60 times 25 equals 1,500. This is an estimate, and of course, no one will get perfectly lucky and get the right split between Tier 6 Basic and Tier 3 Alpha, but that's reasonably long-term average across all big spenders. So that being said, let's do a little bit of calculations on how much that would be financially. So if we're talking, and we'll go with Brian's average of 2,000 crystals. So what do you do with 2,000? What's the value of 2,000 Great Gifting Crystals? That's right, that's 300 units. So you times 300, and then what it does, it gives you 600,000 units, okay? And we all know that you can buy unit packs of, you know, 3,100. So let's divide that by 3,100, and we get 193.5. Now, because in order to save time, let's go with 193. So that's 193 times, you're gonna, yeah, 99 or 100. 193 times $100 or £100 or whatever. We'll just go we'll just say $100 just to kind of like cut it down the middle. So that's just under $20,000 to get yourself at least one rank 4 6-star champion. I'm pretty certain I've done the sums right. Yeah, so it's like, so yeah, 2,000 units, and each 2,000 graded gifting crystals. Each one is worth 300 units. Time gives 600,000, and then you do 600,000 divided by 3,100, getting 193. So that's 193, you know, times that you would be buying. And then what you do is you take the 193 times it by 100 for $100. We just, you know, just kind of like cut it down the middle and not say like, for me it's $89.99, but I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna say it's like it's that, and it's $19,300 to pick up a rank 4. It's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But there you go. Those graded gifting crystals, man. And the thing is, and just gonna point out, like next year, I suspect they'll probably put more in there, so it'll be a higher percentage drop rate on those great gifting crystals. So I'm sure the spend of $19,300 is going to go down a lot more. So yeah, the future is spendy, people. Now today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the day of the holiday gift, the holiday gift card, which is going to be extra nice and extra spicy. We bloody well hope so. At 10 AM PST today, we will be receiving our little holiday gift, which is in the scheme of a gift card. And you use the gift card in the store to redeem your very special holiday gift. And it says here, holiday gift will vary based on your campaign progression, so your progression level, summon a title, whatever. You can only redeem the holiday gift and it corresponds to your progression level at the time of the redemption. So yeah, if you want to level up in this time, you've got to do it now, like right now, in order to get the gift to your level. But I'd say like it's probably over by now. But here's another thing to point out, is the gift card will expire on December 26th. So make sure that you get it spent. And if there's something, you know, we'll cover it on the channel. If there's something like you got to choose from something, then we'll cover it. You know, we'll do our best to kind of like give some idea of like the best kind of one to choose. In yesteryear, it did look very different. So this is the one back in 2020. Now, I can't remember if there was multiple choices that you had for this, especially from what was actually in the gift. And a part of me wants to say yes, but part of me wants to say probably not. This was part of like this naughty or nice thing with the coal and stuff, and was a bit confusing and annoying for players. But it did give some interesting things. Now, I can't 100% remember what else was in here. I'm trying to find some other info. But the rank up gem, 6-star rank up gem, and 10% tier 5 class Catalyst fragment crystal. This stuff is kind of in keeping with, I want to say, Cavalier type players. And it would be a case if you're a Thronebreaker player, you would kind of look for something more in this. So we just hope that there's going to be something good. I know plenty of people have tried to predict like what could be in there. And I just think that it's got to go a little bit of 6-star shards. 6-star awakening gem, I don't know. I don't think Kabam would want to give out that stuff, although they just did the trading store with that. So anything is really a possibility. But if you get to select, use your gift card for a certain value to kind of like select something, then that would be cool. So if you kind of like, I don't know, you get a spend of 100 whatever it is from the gift card, like 100 gift card tokens or something, and you get to choose like 100 worth of spend, like a store, then that would be pretty sick, and I'd like that. But yeah, later on today. Ooh, exciting. Are you excited? I bet you are. Probably not. Yes, you are. Go on, be excited. It's Christmas. And now let's end the show with a bit of fun. And who's that champion? It's Pikachu. And that's been the final show of MCN before we break for Christmas. I'll be hopefully back on Monday to do an MCN. But it just depends on like what's to cover. Like this is the last stuff I think that is being talked about. Kabam are taking holiday, so it might be a bit quiet for a time, but we'll see if there's anything to cover on Monday as well. We've got like arena results. There's 1 or 2 stories to cover. I think on Monday I need to kind of think about what's going on. But yeah, that's been it, and lots of fun content to come out on the channel. My special featured crystal opening comes out tomorrow. We've got M's crystal opening coming out later today, the holiday gift later on today, and loads of content. Myself and Dan have got podcasts for tomorrow, and we've got a Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler review. You know, we gave people time to watch it before we didn't do a spoiler review. So look out for that video very, very soon. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure as well to check out some other content which will be located on screen right about now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.